Speaking of respect, Chris J had quite the round against Liquid just, well, in ESL New York. It happened just, a week ago. And we're going to live through that moment. Obviously, him showcasing what that weapon can do in capable hands. Obviously, very, very aggressive plays. We see he's just going in deep and knowing that he has to just commit to the battles once he goes for the first two. At that point, there's no point of return. You just kind of have to go with the momentum and just manage to get this amazing ace somehow. And yeah, I mean, if you think it from a Liquid perspective, obviously, there may be a point in time where one of the players could have made an aggressive move and try and deny that, but it's just the excellence that Chris J manages to pull through here that is just jaw-dropping, basically. There's not much really you can do with this kind of a thing. It's a once-in-a-lifetime round, and I'm sure Liquid will be having nightmares about it for the rest of their lives, pretty much. So I think this is worth actually looking through again. So let's just roll it again and watch through this beautiful moment.
Vodafone presents the pre-match.
That's right, after Natu gave us a little breakdown of the AWP and we got to see Chris J's clip. It is time for the Vodafone pre-match, and I just got to say back on that clip for a second. I was there live, watching it from the audience, sat on the side, and I mean, like, I've got the front row, I can see everyone looking, and literally after the second shot, you saw even the Liquid fans, they just had to admit that, oh my God, what is going on? Like, this is absolutely crazy. The whole place blew up, and it was a phenomenal round. Like you said, once in a lifetime. We will not see that again. Not at all. But what we will see again is Liquid at least facing off, and they're going to be facing off against Luminosity on Cash. Now, we were pretty harsh critics of Luminosity, right? They weren't the team that we expected them to be. Now they've got to face one of probably the toughest teams in the entire division, right? In Team Liquid. They've just come off the back of a second place at ESL 1 New York. Twist is playing out of his mind, and this team seems to be one of the most together NA teams that we've seen of recent times.
Yeah, a lot of people, a certain Sponge in particular, actually opted for them to win the major. I mean, yeah. I wasn't far away from being on that train as well. I feel like they've just found this mojo in their play. They've been smart about not maybe attending as many tournaments, taking some time off, kind of taking the Charlotte's route of trying to pace themselves correctly to make sure that they have the correct amount of time to practice. And it's definitely showcasing. I mean, as a unit, they're just playing so well. I'm sure the Zeus has a massive part of that as well as a coach in the background. But all the players, I mean, you say to us, has just been phenomenal. I mean, it's just out of this world. Obviously, even being the MVP of New York, having lost the grand final, and that doesn't happen too often. I think we've had that happen once with Simple earlier on in this year. So, that says a lot about him as an individual. And yeah, definitely, I think they are the top dogs in NA Pro League, 100%. I feel like they're the most complete team right now. Also, because of a lot of the teams this season are in a bit of a under construction situation. Yeah, Cloud9, so MIBR still. Pretty much all of them, if you can put that on the list. But yeah, in this matchup, 100%, they're going to be the big favorites. Luminosity hasn't really shown us a lot of reasons to get super excited about them, but at the same time, you have to be excited about that kind of explosive game style. It can be a lot of fun to watch. It necessarily isn't coach's dream kind of shake, but it is definitely something that you might get some highlight reel kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I think you can always expect from Team Liquid, right? The aggression, just the ultimate skill, and kind of the, I guess what they do is the pure confidence, the no rubbish version of Counter-Strike, if I find a better word for it, rather than I swear on broadcast. But you know exactly what I mean, right? They are just in it, and they start feeling it, and they start moving forward, but they're also a team that can come from behind. Now, we're coming on to Cash, one of their strongest maps. The only team they've lost to recently on it is Mousesports, who ended up kind of taking them down on it, which was the unexpected one, right? That was the first map pick of that grand final for New York. And we all look back at it and go, wait a second, if Liquid had won that, it would have been closed out a little while ago, right? This would have been their championship. So I'm not saying they're completely without fault on Cash, but coming up against the Luminosity, it's going to be a real struggle here, I think, for Luminosity to find a way in. And what's even crazier is that these two teams have faced off quite recently against each other. And surprise, surprise, Liquid did walk away with the win, 16-9.
Well, let's be honest here, James. I don't think the map is really relevant. I think any map really, and you think that Liquid is going to be sweeping it away. I think Cash more so than any other, honestly. I think another player I want to point out is Elish. I'm a massive fan. He's just a stud also. Just a turret sometimes. He kind of seems to make so much damage and just so much fun to watch.
What about Launders, guys? He's up and coming on ESEA.
Launders,
sure they heard
you
that.
had your time, man. You had your time. Now you're here, and we get to see your beautiful face, your manliness, and I think that's much better than... I'm just throwing compliments his way so he just doesn't end himself by saying he's going to Counter-Strike.
I bring the masculinity to this duo.
Scrawny, by the way.
Your name says it all, so you can't even come into this conversation, Scrawn. But thank you for trying either way. But, okay, what you were saying there, Natu, right, about Elish, you got to say he's one of them players that kind of gets almost looked over at times, but he's constantly delivered for Liquid, at least for the past couple of years.
I think the guy's been in contention for the best player in US for a longer time, hasn't he? So
yeah.
I don't think you can really bypass
You know, he's only won the CS Summit too. That's the only event he's ever won.
That's nuts.
How messed up is that?
What? And the thing is, I feel like he's one of the most consistent.
Yeah. What's that?
I feel like he's one of the most consistent.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Liquid. They haven't, you know, just second place at everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Poor guys.
At least they're the best at that.
Do you know what? I'm going to have to go think about
something.
it. There's a thing that they used to say about if you get a constant second places, it's a Korean phrase. I'll bring it back when we get on to the next thing, but it's like, it's basically like a curse almost put against you. There was a player, Yellow, in StarCraft. Who had that thing, over and
champion
over
of second
again.
place, yeah.
I'll find out the word and I'll bring it back when we come to the desk. But before we get into the game, guys, is there any hope for Luminosity whatsoever here? What can they do? I'm looking at you now too.
Sorry, I just blanked out. It is 5 in the morning, so my brain just decided to go on hypernet. Like, not entirely sure what you're saying. Right. You have to go and repeat that question.
I think.
Is there anything? If there anything Luminosity can do?
Not really, except for trying to go to the team house of Liquid and just
unplug their mice.
Yeah, disable everything.
Disable things. Yeah.
That'll
I see
work.
it this way: Luminosity are in last place right now, 0-4 so far this season. I don't think that changes when they face what is arguably the best team in North America.
That's good analysis.
I cannot disagree with you guys. Let's see how it goes on in the server. Let's see if Luminosity can get anything done.
Let's do it. I think if there's anything maybe playing into their favor, Launders, it's that Cache is a solid map for Luminosity at times. I'm expecting maybe some flashy stuff. I'm expecting some just solid pushes. Like, I feel like you can just work together on this team as a unit. You can just do that kind of 5-man group up and hit different portions of the map. But they're going to have to wait because it's Team Liquid to set the pace as they begin things on the T side.
Both teams definitely liking Cache, but I think for Luminosity, their Cache, in my opinion, can get a little bit one-dimensional at times. I feel like sometimes with their executes. That being said, the executes they do have are quite good, so it might be the bane to Luminosity's aggression in this game. Steel playing from the CT position, looking for a clean headshot, can only get one, and Twist is here, definitely happy to fight at all times as the bomb has gone down.
You know, the desk talks about the consistency of Elish, but I mean, Twists, a whole other beast, looked amazing at ESL New York, so we know his form is on fire, but so are the Luminosity members here towards A main. That's 2 swift headshots in a 4 versus 2. They've got Liquid completely isolated inside of this site. They're trying to fight their way out, and Nafly will start it with a good headshot of his. He's actually trying to save his teammate, but Nitro's gone down, and as has Naf. This leaves it to the defuse. And I believe they've got it. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Yay!
Down to the very last second, Nafly somehow, just as aerobatics, was able to escape getting shot down early. And I don't know how lucky how he was so lucky in the first place, but I think it made sense. It was justified that he ended up dying because that 2vx situation was almost certainly unwinnable from the beginning. Luminosity pick up a first pistol round, and it starts with the first trade from Steel, and then from there, it's all after the bomb goes down. Now Naf is going to be peeking out mid. We'll spot one person to shoot, but Neck stops in his path to shoot back.
Good grenade. Elish chipped to 69. Where'd that come from?
I have no idea, because that couldn't have been through the wall. Oh, it is from the wall. There's a headshot through the wall with the Deagle.
My lord. It's actually been cut down to the 4v3. Neck is a liability. Like we said, that wallbang from Twist is kind of nasty. Shouldn't be allowed to do that. Just twist things. Him and Nitro still up. Bomb coming through A main, but by the time it arrives, Nitro may be dead. He gets pushed by Steel, and the MP5 will find its target. Twist's Deagle is deadly, but he is most certainly outnumbered. So still he gets 1, and that's Luminosity with 3 alive as they convert their pistol for 2.
Easy pickings for Luminosity, and honestly, it's not like it's kind of surprising. They were able to like clean up the anti-eco, play their game, looks fine. And I'm just wondering at what point do like Liquid really just unleash on them, because they look so good. Luminosity are 0-4 as you mentioned in the pre-segment and the pre-show segment, and Liquid are like looking as fierce as ever. And again, the best way to set a fire, I think, underneath someone's feet is just like hand them a second place, right? Like,
yeah.
This is they're a team that we've seen NYBR actually kind of did the same thing, but they seem a lot more imbalanced, if you will. But here's a lead to stop a push, doing quite a bit of damage. Steel taking a dink. I don't know if that was in the side of the head. It was actually Taco from Squeaky, almost trading from between a wall.
Wallbang's on point. And it looks like they might actually re-aggress forward here. It's going to be for the boost. Nitro gets wind of this. Now it's disrupted as well, so they know that they've disturbed the strategy of Luminosity. That means that the current defense on the A site is in flux. But Liquid not going to be able to do too much about it. Taco does have a flu right now, according to his Twitter.
Well, that's good to know.
So playing home while sick.
Unfortunate.
At least he's not on the road. Obviously makes it all the worse.
That's even worse, yeah.
He's probably just doped up on NyQuil at the moment. Good meds can get you through it. But not going to be an easy job still, even though they have this 4v4 and a man advantage. They're starting to pincer into the A site. AK at a distance from Twists is good. But can Steel do one better? With 10 health and an MP5, one would think not. Nitro anchoring middle, anticipates the Z peak, and sure enough, Nekaz walks into his demise. Steel now spotted and most certainly heard. Silencer not entirely silent, so they isolate the kill. They take their A site, and that's Liquid on the board.
Yeah. Pretty easy recovery for them. Almost everybody getting a kill here. Just Naf needs to chime in to make it a team ace. I don't know if he's nearby. He is the number 6 man. There he is, swinging wide, looking for the frag, but Lucas is here to fall back, and they all want to save to make sure they have the most amount of money possible moving into round 4. Out there in the end. Money possible.
Many money is possible, seeing as 4 are up. Well, the AKs did expend a lot of utility here, so it's not going to be an entirely free reinvestment, but they'll still be happy to have the hardware.
What's considered hardware? Just anything gun related?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I think so.
How would you define it? If it's got some moving parts in it, that's how, because you could define it like that.
You know, no one's ever actually asked me.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot or confront you about
I just kind of used that word without thinking.
And I didn't expect like you not to have an answer, so I wouldn't have asked.
Yeah, hardware is anything you can use.
So utility?
Yep.
Molotovs?
Yep. Fuse kit?
Glass bottle with Reagan.
Yeah, okay, maybe a Molotov's not included.
Oh, but then what other utility is in?
The other ones have pins. That's how you make the difference.
Okay.
If you don't have to use a lighter, it's probably hardware.
Actually, a pin would be pretty good. Do guns have pins in them?
Yes.
Yeah, so then everything with a pin with it covers all nades except for Molotovs. But then it covers incendiaries but not Molotovs?
Yep. I mean, incendiaries are complex. It's like a smoke.
Okay, so when you're talking about hardware, you're not talking about terrorist side fire.
Exactly.
Okay.
Everything other than Molotovs. And diffuse kits.
There might be a pin in there somewhere.
Not many pins here for Luminosity. Op M4. Some tidbits of utility. But what's a tidbit? I'm just kidding.
Small donut.
Now I crave Tim Hortons. Can't do a Canadian like that, Launders. It's been 2 weeks on the road. The Liege not finding anything other than some footing towards the boost. The CTs have fallen away. They were just directly beneath him, but they've dipped out of dodge. You guys can check the bet weight odds. Goes to show that just like I feel us, we have Liquid favored here. Understandably so. Again, Luminosity, they just haven't started the season in a fashion that would warrant us giving them an edge. Missed shot from Henny. That's going to enable these T's to peak, but It's not like they get a kill instantly. And while Henny does find a frag, it costs him half his health. Good headshot from Twists, but this is nice. Luminosity cutting it down to just 5 seconds. The plant will come in, and so the retake is on. Naf just getting away from the player peeking heaven, and that's where now 3 players reside. I mean, it is a total clump from Luminosity. Like a bunch of grapes trying not to get squeezed. Elige wrapping around from behind. Frags all going the way of Liquid. Or against them, rather, excuse me. CT's trickled downwards. Taco's just going to be completely overwhelmed. Even if he gets the swiftest headshot, there's too many bodies to stack up. And another defuse here from Luminosity.
They could have played that way better, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like Luminosity were being extra careful, and Liquid were being, I don't know, very, what's not flagrant, reckless, being very reckless.
Yeah.
Elige, I think, in that flank, after he took the first fight, committed to it very hard when there was a chance he could have delayed and then just showed them that there was a big flank they had to worry about, and then they would try to kill him or decide if they go on the site and then have to deal with him later. He could have been a big problem, and then Nafly as well pushing into CT. Now, obviously, they both could have pushed in, then just fragged out, and it would have looked like, wow, Liquid are just running over these guys, but we don't get to exist in that timeline. So from our point of view, obviously, there was a way that Liquid could have won by just trying to delay a bit more. I don't think they'll be shaken by it, obviously. Should be a pretty confident squad. I cannot remember the last time that I've actually cast a match with Liquid in it.
Yeah, me neither.
I think CS Summit too.
I mean, listen, we're tier 2, they're tier 1.
Yeah.
Just makes sense.
We'll have to meet when we meet.
We're getting there. Bomb chucked around. It's gonna go join forces with Squeaky Door, perhaps? Where Taco currently spams away. To the beat of his own tune. Now he's just playing with them, Launders. Opens the door, throws out Molotovs, goes for another peek, and that time it does cost him, and the execution now comes in. There could have been a 5th man had he waited. Nafly actually catches him just through the side of the smoke. Nitro gives chase to the man inside, who has now ejected. That's Steel.
Interesting. Who wins this fight? Does Twist actually spot something here? Wow.
Just dodging bullets at this point. Twists will get 2. Thanks to Nitro's assist, Lucas arrives, but not in time to maintain the man advantage. 30 seconds is when that bomb was planted. The device now halfway gone. And at this point, since LG aren't going to be giving any openings, I think they just tuck tail. Do not force the issue. We are having ourselves a bit of a force war, Launders. Back and forth is the nature of these most recent rounds.
New reality show coming to you.
Force Wars?
Right after Storage Wars.
That's the one I was thinking of.
That's where you put all your utility.
All your hardware?
All your hardware. Including, of course, Molotovs, if you didn't realize that already.
Yep.
Yep.
We watch too much reality TV.
Yeah. That one was separate. I didn't actually know you watched that. What was the other one that you watch?
Skin Wars.
Skin Wars.
Yeah.
What do they do on that? They bring on their CSGO,
It's,
like they bring on like Asimovs?
No, Launders. It's a body painting competition.
Oh, okay.
I told you I was masculine.
They do face painting too?
Yeah, of course. It's all part of the game. It's actually really good and it's on Netflix. Check it out. If you guys watch Skin Wars, tweet it at me.
Yeah, everyone who watches reality TV show is looking desperately searching for other people that also watch their show. I'm obviously a big
one of us.
Yeah, I'm a big Big Brother evangelist, and I'm also trying to induct people into the religion. But here's the able to get flash into Checker. Does spot one. That smoke's about to go up. Tries to replace it with a piece of fire.
Nitro. The only kill so far for Liquid comes off of him. Then Taco takes the helm by clearing the back of the site. So the rotation's quick from Luminosity. They are moving over. At least one is quick. I take that back. Steel nowhere to be found just yet. But Neck is getting an AWP. That's all he wants. Or is it? Looks to be seeking more. One kit for Steel. And oh, had he picked up that kill cleanly, then that would have been one thing. But 18 HP is not going to help his efforts.
Yeah, it's a little bit more suspect now. He definitely would have gone forward, I think, a lot more aggressively. Would have saved some time as well.
Goodbye. Like, I mean, that's what we talk about, the NA save. Okay, Steel gets the AK, he loses the health. Alone with no kit?
No, he was walking up to it, so I think he was just going to wait to see if the op shot comes in. But, yeah, I mean, there are half-ass saves for sure. I think that they just would have been in a much better spot if he had not taken all that damage. He went through with a pre-fire and everything.
Yeah.
Just for some reason couldn't connect the headshot.
I mean, you heard him coming. Lots of noise being made from Liquid in the post plant. And just as many rounds as that of Luminosity. 3 apiece. Which is as many assists as Yell has.
That's got my favorite knife.
Which one?
The Butterfly Sapphire.
Ooh.
I actually had a Bayonet Sapphire. .009.
Didn't you open gloves?
I did open one glove case and got black Eclipse gloves.
Yep.
Moto Eclipse gloves.
Moto Eclipse. Good on ya. Twist has a beautiful knife too.
What's he working with?
That's a joke. It's ugly.
Oh,
It's like a
what is it?
battle-scarred Crimson Web or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Something nasty.
That's kind of cool, like ripped jeans? Or is it really bad?
It's really bad.
Okay. Really ripped jeans.
Yeah. Yeah, like somebody buy him a new pair type kind of situation. Obviously, this kernel defense from Luminosity is the result of having only pistols. Where did Steel get off to? Because he's that one AK. He's behind them all. So, you know, the cannon fodder up ahead. He's boosted even. I do like the fact that they just go on the all-in. I feel like it's hard to go for pistol stacks on a map like Cache because normally most teams begin with mid-control. And then you start sniffing out the map presence.
Very, like, stalwart default. Like, nobody has got much movement here, and now they're just going to go ahead and pick a site. So they don't want to risk anybody on walking into a stack site. Instead, they're going to go head first together into a stack site, and that is fairly reasonable. But A site will be cleared out now, and then they'll realize that there are multiple enemies nearby. 20 seconds up. They've got to get these kills. Oh, they have time to bring it back, actually. So they activated their player in Squeaky, and I guess made this a lot safer than it looked initially, and now have somebody to catch the people falling back, and even the ones who are going towards spawn. They've got them on both sides. Pincer move.
Yeah, Taco just wants to run, and you know they're giving chase, so he just ejects immediately. As quick as his little legs can get him out of there. They need to be more worried about this flank. I mean, everybody's coming.
Oh boy.
Taco's down. This could still be costly. Luminosity looking to make the most of it, but Nitro says nay.
Nice.
4 headshots for him.
Nice, Tro. You don't have to comment on that.
I didn't want to.
That's fine.
What a maestro. Ooh, that fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
And third. It's just all crisp. Wait, was that 5?
Did he ace? Because you said that fourth one.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
and then I recounted in the replay.
Okay. I thought it was 4. I don't know how much more excited I am that it's 5, but it was an ace, so I think it'd be important to give it credence.
Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on the game log. We'll
find out
report
soon.
back to you.
HLTV confirm it.
What would we do without HLTV?
Probably continue on, but not have HLTV.
It would just be less
It's
informed.
just the ultimate enhancer, right? Like, actually, everything would probably fall apart. I don't know.
A gun round, Mohan. A gun round that's very important because Luminosity may not get many more of these if they can't continue with CT-sided success. Deep
Then
Molly.
Molotov, and here's the catch. There it is.
Hoo-hoo.
There's no smoke, no flash for the fallback, and Lucas couldn't stand there for any more seconds, so perfect time to use that combo. Classic way to approach this type of control. Great to have a 4-1 setup ready with that person to put someone up over the boost when you do a play like this. They've actually reclaimed checker control. I like that Yell's out here. I don't know if his position will be expected. Elige immediately goes down, but he doesn't have anyone to fall back to.
Yell looks away. Almost costs him, so it seemed, but now he's so painted into the back of checkers that he's just got to go down to the fight. Cannot find anything further. And as opposed to hitting up the B site, looks like they could have gone for the counter boost. Back into the vent, but no. The time to get towards A doesn't quite seem to be there, so they continue on. The trek to the bomb site. Nafly alone. Nekaz nearly gets a shot, but Naf just goes soaring past. I feel like Liquid normally are playing really quick, and all of a sudden in this cash game, like they've planted 2 times now in the last 5 seconds.
I think on this round they had to, they cleared stuff out at first, but they lost a kill, so they couldn't move as quickly. But yeah, you're definitely seeing it.
Man, they can't hold on to it. Steal with a couple headshots. The AWP retrieve from Nekiz. I mean, I'm not quite sure how Liquid don't get out of that. They had themselves the B main control because of the fact that Nafly goes in alone.
They had this on B main control.
Yeah.
In the afterplant?
Yeah.
Like, so Steel killed...
Taco there.
Yeah. Steel killed somebody on the B main flank who was looking into the site. So the op was looking into the site, Steel flanked that guy, and then killed Taco after that. So they didn't have... I'm not sure why the op was looking that way. Don't know how that all fell into place. But it was a 3v3 in the post plant. I don't think it was totally unwinnable. Or maybe you saw something I didn't. Ooh. Naf down to 8 early.
So in the end, it's really just Steel the difference maker because he picks up 3 kills on that B flank.
Really good retake frags. Some really wholesome retake frags right there.
Very important ones as well. Check the cash here for Liquid. I mean, we are going back and forth in terms of economic states. Costly rounds.
So you mentioned it, Liquid taking quite a while to get stuff done. We're moving up on a minute now, only beginning to work on the mid control. They've actually fallen off the boost and have decided now, are they going to rush out of A?
They go for it. Helps that they do eliminate Henny immediately.
Where's the smoke for the cross?
Goes by his side, tries to play within that unsmoked gap, and
I see
man,
what they did.
Does that cost them?
Yeah, so they smoked everything else. They did the highway, they did the truck walls, double truck wall. Couldn't see it from that initial perspective, but now it's all become illuminated. So they just had a five smoke A exec, couple of kills to kick things off. Henny had no armor, got absolutely sandblasted at quad. And that's just now Nekiz and Lucas. Somewhat separated at the moment. Taco, does he clear this? Absolutely does not.
Is he going to get stabbed? We're not going to play it.
Almost turned into his FOV, is a little bit worried.
Yeah, when you can see his eyes, that's when you start to get worried.
Right. There's probably some kind of innuendo to plug there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm better than that.
Are you?
Today I am.
This time. 1 point lead reestablished by the boys on Liquid. Now, what's crazy as well, right, is their cash was really low last round, but they did have 3 consecutive wins. So this one is, of course, the economic reset versus LG. Everything they can afford is here in this round. And if they lose it, that is a hard economic state to be in. So maybe Elige and co do take this one quicker, go charging into the A site. It is a possibility. They are poised for the execution, prepared for the hit. But they need to clear one off Fork first and foremost. There it is. Steel down. Nekiz did catch Nitro, so that's a bit of a consolation prize. And there's a lot of bodies just kind of floating around this A site, one of which in quad. Yell has yet to strike. Oh, will spray the first, needs to whip round, and he gets himself the double. He's thinking there's another in quad, but that's just not the case. Yell could single-handedly save this round. The rest of Liquid not yet able to cross over, but unfortunately for Yell, Lucas not here to help. And as he retreats around the red box, he is still standing, maybe lucky to be alive, but alive nonetheless. Down he goes, Twist takes him, pushes it on to Lucas. This was a big effort from Yell, and Lucas could still clutch. We know he's capable of it. Not going to be any easier now that the bomb's gone down. Twist with the peak is utterly destroyed. Swift headshot now falls to Taco. The Brazilian Bonanza. And Lucas takes the high ground. Does it walk away with the win, or does Taco peek wide? Is spotted and dealt with. Lucas and Yell 2v4.
Nasty. How does Taco not shoot there, though? What is going on? That he, like, can't see him, but he's, like, performing all these shoulder peeks, and no one even takes a shot at Lucas. Clean aim, though. Lucas immediately destroying his targets. The other thing, though, I was worried for Luminosity, so I'm like, why is nobody helping Yell ever? How is he, like, making plays on the A site alone, getting these 2 kills, working his way through a smoke, delaying for 15 seconds, literally no one's there to help him. And then At least they get the 1v2 in the end. But the other thing that happened at B as well. Yell got those 2 kills in Checker. He stayed alive in between a Molotov and a crack in the smoke. Got 2 kills. No rotations coming in. Is he not calling for rotates? Are people not picking up the phone? Like, where are the rotates?
Hello? Yell calling. Good thing he's a great player.
I did a rotates impression.
A what impression?
A rotates impression by not saying anything.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Not here.
I wonder, I want to see this peak. Like, does Taco not? Oh. Wow.
Logitech G.
Yeah. I was going to say, does Taco not come around? Because I think he just showed enough of his shoulder.
I feel like if that just gets you killed, there's no point in being that careful.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Just wide swing. Take the fight.
Yeah.
Duke it out.
Cut it up a little bit, but don't cut it up too much. Because then you just got a bunch of confetti.
And who wants
but
that?
There's no party.
Confetti's messy. See, people, you know, they watch Counter-Strike, they see these grand finals moments when all the confetti comes down, but it's much more depressing when everybody leaves, right? And us, as talent, are still at the event, and you see the guy who has to sweep it all up.
Okay, have you ever watched that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've watched someone sweep with the confetti?
Yeah.
Oh man, that kind of sucks.
DreamHack Winter 2017.
Confetti Man, 2017, DreamHack Winter. Well, hopefully he's compensated well for his efforts.
One would hope. The moment the CTs leave mid, Launders, that's when all of a sudden Liquid take their place.
Little old switcheroo. Taco doing his thing out in Squeaky. And there is attention drawn out of A main. Twist, does he get caught off guard? Yeah, not expecting this at all. Will the trade come in, however? It is good. MP5 has been delivering nonstop.
Yeah, a lot of people picking that up. At first I thought it was the same price as the MP7, so I didn't anticipate it, but I guess maybe that price tag makes a difference. Maybe they just like the sound. Right now, could still be Liquid's round if they plant this bomb. This is like the 3rd or 4th time we're seeing plants in the last few waning seconds. And it's still going to come down to the duels after the fact. Elige re-rotates towards Forklift. Has to be careful because this scope from Yell is honing in. Fixated and focused towards his position. Taco alone towards Quad.
Look at Elige has his other cross, so he never has to turn around.
And the headshot's instantaneous. Yell, he's still posted patiently, but now he realizes what's up. Elige not going to move forward. Elige not going to re-peek, and therefore this is a 6th for Liquid. But can he catch Taco? You know it.
Where was Taco going? Oh, to get a gun, maybe. Because he only had that deagle. That's a very cute smile. That looks like the smile of the snowman whose hat you can now knock off from Office.
If you shoot him the first time, his hat falls off. If you shoot him again, he just explodes.
Actually?
Yeah.
On the next round, or?
No, like
right
the same
after?
round. Like 2 shotgun shells, hat comes off. Ha ha ha.
So fun.
Second shot,
boom,
murder.
Explosion. Your favorite snowman's dead. Everyone
See
dies.
you later, Frosty.
Wow. What about the next round? Does it come back?
I don't know. I don't play Office.
It's going to keep a lot of people distracted in their casual matches on Office.
Casual Office games. Those exist.
Omega lol.
There are people out there. Twist up close. Clears the corner. Lucas down. And that's the only B-site defender. Bomb still patiently back towards main, so it's not as though it's an utter and complete commitment, but it could be. Maybe coupled with mid control. You can see still Taco and Elige floating around this portion of the map. Bomb now back there. Gonna go for the plant. Remember, last time we had this plant on B, it was Steel's flank with a 3K that really put the nail in the coffin. And he is behind them again, but at this distance...
Test the range for us. Test the range for us.
He's like, oh, I gotta take out my knife to catch him, but by the time you get up here, Taco's gonna be gone.
Just like that. Disappearing Taco. Next trick, disappearing Burrito. Right after that, disappearing Tostada.
What's tostada?
It's a bowl. It's a bowl made of flour tortilla that is filled up with burrito ingredients.
Oh, man.
Delicious invention.
That's fantastic. As does the 7th round for Liquid, I'm sure content to actually establish a bit of a lead here. I don't know if they anticipated Luminosity actually keeping it this close. We have had moments where it was back and forth. from the 7th to the 10th round. It was non-converted points, just back and forth action, which can be exciting, but obviously not good for the economy. You can see the result of it here. Luminosity going to have to calculate the buy, if even. No, not a single cent's been spent.
Very frugal in this round. Do they group up for something? Oh, Henny is just, he's doing the old spawn trick where you pretend to be AFK and then they come to knife you, and then you start shooting, you start shooting, and they have no idea you're ace.
Yeah, never seen that work.
It's the oldest strat in the book.
Maybe it should be retired.
Doesn't look like anything will come of this. So Steele couldn't read his name there. Now passed away. 2 USPs remain. No damage dealt. No kills at least. No kills. Sorry, it's getting late.
There's another one. Naf clears Z. Lucas down for the count. I mean, these rounds, they're supposed to be faster. You got 5 USPs. Give me something exciting. Give me something flashy.
Come on. Let's
go
turn up the
charging
heat.
into your deaths. I mean, no one got time for this.
Let's get crazy.
I feel like this was a narrative of yesterday's Luminosity games, and it's going to be again this time too. The T-sides. The T-sides is where I expect Luminosity to shine. I feel like it just plays into their favor.
Yeah, they're definitely most distinct on cash because of their T-sides.
Yeah.
Look at the most noticeable executes. It actually feels like Liquid are doing a lot of similar stuff, and they are taking quite a while. Both teams like to work slowly, don't like to waste rounds, and it makes for the kind of longest possible outcome. The most thorough outcome. The most well-formulated outcome. The most meticulous outcome.
Watch Henny get another kill when that door swings wide. Whoa.
You did.
Some call me clairvoyant.
Uh-huh.
Others call me Connor. Lucas calls the rotate and the support to come in. Yell will arrive in time. Peeks down and finds himself at least a single kill, but now he finds a bottle in the face, not hardware. It's a man up still for LG. Trying to come back into the site, but Twists is there alone. So the plants for Liquid. And the ops in the hands of Henny. There's one kit for them, Nekiz. Take note, of course, Henny's glass cannon, so he is very susceptible to death. Bombs ticked almost halfway now, and these CTs barely have moved.
Oh, wow.
Looks like they're finally going to go for it. Twists nearly lines them up. Liege is going to just blindside them from the side itself, and the flash not going to go out the door, but that's fine. He buys time regardless. Here's the man wrapping round, and even though he's dead, he's got himself this win. That is Yell to swap to the AK, or op, and dip.
Yeah, barely gets out of the way. Is able to save the off, which is one thing. Well played from Liege and Twists. Twists just had the timing on point there as he came across default. Picked an opportune moment, swung, did some damage, pulled the attention away, and then Liege chipped in. I think there might have been a TK in there from Yell, I'm not sure. It got a little hectic towards the end, so no harm, no foul. Except, of course, losing the round. And now Luminosity have to buy up whatever they can because it's the last round. So very fortunately for Yell that he can get away with his life and an AWP, bring it into this round, use it for himself, which is usually a treat. And Taco back here to squeeze. Flash goes in. That is the most unfortunate way for that to go. But yeah, because Taco would have been completely blind. Steele saves leg, gets a kill, try before in the other direction.
Yeah, right before Luminosity about to make their play, Liquid swings that door straight into their faces. Yell caught as he attempts to cross. Henny's got a bit of a corner, but not going to make a difference. Nitro is on a tear. Bomb plants, fantastic. Deep into the bomb site itself. We've got a close CT hiding over behind the E-box corner. The highway cubby. Lucas going to try to contain the man towards truck. He's actually going to go for the push here. What do you got to lose? It is the final round, in fact, so 1v5 Deagle play with bomb planted? I think not. This is a 5-10 half, and Liquid have put themselves in the driver's seat thanks to a great first half.
Yeah, they finally have started to trail away. They're looking a lot more strong at the moment, and it was a good couple of close rounds, or good couple of fast rounds to end it off. And now, even after Luminosity put together a pistol round, only ended up with 5. At the end of the day, they get to move on their T side, which is more of a specialty for them, especially here on Cash. And we'll definitely point to some of the executes and talk about what they do that makes them special, and actually some of the similarities between the way that Liquid executed and the way that they will potentially. So some of the more specialized executes, like the one that Liquid did with the bomb wall smokes and the highway smoke, I like that one a lot. It's a site wrap execute. It doesn't just come down to throwing a smoke for the cross. That allows all of the CTs to rotate in through forklift instead. It involves clearing forklift completely, so you can have peace of mind from there. And I think it's much better for a situation where you're going to put all 5 players into an execute.
Pistol play means that B is the target for Luminosity, and they do just clump themselves together with the 5-man push. Good night, Twists. Gonna have to fix his hair after that headshot. There's no utility for the post plant other than a decoy.
Oof, you think he was spotted there?
No. Don't think so. Nalish, creeping and crawling, just going to go for some exits, I suppose, at this point. And even then, they find themselves empty-handed. Walking away with nothing here, Mohan. Maybe 1 kill. Give us a second. In fact, nobody there. Luminosity head back the way they came through B main. And they do get themselves a pistol. So already starting to put up a more respectful scoreline. And if they can continue with conversions, then that would be great. But if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not, that is both pistols here for Luminosity.
That's kind of nice. I mean, it wouldn't be nice if they lose the game and have both pistols and stay, you know, under double digits or something like that. But it's going to help to have them be able to pull off an upset in the best of 1. That round was interesting. A lot of them bought half armor, but because they got tagged up slightly, they had to rebuy into it. So even a little bit of damage that gets dealt can count for something. Whether it's the bomb doing a little bit of damage, you held them in the bomb site long enough, or you get to chip a bit of damage off with the USP, that can potentially count for something as well. Were you going to say something? Give us a point about the stat, maybe.
No, I was just going to mention that the only rounds that were actually converted from Luminosity was the pistol and the second, and then after that it was 3 separate, individual rounds. So
yeah,
they definitely need to, if they're going to convert any rounds in this entire game of Cash, make sure it's here with the pistols.
Yeah, luckily. I think it was legitimate buy from Liquid in the first half because it was like they got T sides, so they just got a bomb down and then bought on the third.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah, definitely more on the line here.
It wasn't the genuine upset. Just the AKs doing work. Ooh. Little peek from White Box, takes a bullet to the face. But it's a beautiful round here from Luminosity. Good on them to get through with 5 men alive. So once they get to the next, it should be a bit of a freebie. Utility is still going to be expensive, but they can make up for that with some easy SMG frags.
Solid performance so far for sure. 3 rounds the difference. Luminosity off to another eco. Elige goes ahead and just takes the liberty of upgrading his 5.7. It's one small thing that can make a world of difference. Henny making sure that nobody can push into A main, and that's why he throws the Molotov down kind of directly in front of him. Didn't have the intention to run completely out, but wanted to make sure if it was main play, they get that info. They deny it early, and somehow USP kill comes out early. Henny's also tagged down to around 37 HP, and they are going off with the counter boost. Elige, oh, he gets away with this. Nekus dies, and Yell's here to take damage as well.
Yeah, the AK won't be picked up though. Oh, Steel tapping away towards the men on truck, gets himself a double. Bomb's still floating in no man's land as we hit that minute mark. Not that the counter-terrorists have seen it. The only thing they know is there's a gun on the other side of boost. They'd love to retrieve it, but they won't. They will still sit towards the B bomb site, where Steel has retracted himself into main.
Yeah, they aren't actually directly watching the bomb, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if they think there are any CTs around it, but this time ticks low, so if they potentially choose the right site, and here Nitro will be quite confused. Won't probably expect Okay, maybe should have expected someone to be around that corner at that point, considering no one was at B, no one was at mid, but no, at this point, people could be anywhere, so I guess wanted to trap them into getting that kill. They're running directly into B. Twist, he'll knock down the first. He's in a 1v3 though, actually gets a headshot on a second, but can't clean it up. Yikes.
Damn, that was a close one. Could have most certainly just mowed down 3.
Absolutely.
However, not the case.
Almost woke me up.
That's the 3-0 start for Luminosity's T side. We'll see if they can continue the success into the gun rounds. A sniper for Nitro. Rifles across the board. And immediately Henny's going to try to find contact towards B, but nobody presents themselves. Not yet. Nice nade.
Ooh,
that's nearly 100 damage.
That's as good as it gets.
Worth the $300.
All day.
And a double from Taco.
They thought they were being real sneaky.
Yep, so they thought, boy, were they wrong.
That's like when you hide from your dog by putting a blanket over your head.
Yeah. Alicia's peek in middle's got to be cautious because he's seen the man inside of middle door, but there's also a second behind white box. So, if he gets too honed in on one of the two, the trade potential's there.
Wow, he actually activated that peek instantly and waited with the op shot, but couldn't do it, and instead took a lot of damage, so even though one kill is had. Oh, and this is actually a pretty good rotation in a B. Taco shows himself as well, so makes his position a whole lot less useful.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness, though.
That's such a funny animation. You see the head snap sideways, just looking at the wall.
Okay, I just like the escalating laughter.
No clue what's going on here. Luminosity just get enveloped by Liquid. They thought they were getting closer and closer to the B site, but little did they realize they're gone. Taken aback, slapped, and snapped into the 3-point lead. Liquid with an edge.
Sounds like the Capcom combo. What's that called? The Capcom? I forgot. What's that? What am I thinking of? Okay, never mind. Let's not solve this now.
Think, dear friend. Think hard.
No, I don't want to. Somebody gets distracted.
That's true. Focus. Nitro. He's going to be honed in towards A main. Nobody there, actually. Just a big clump of Luminosity players. Because of that forward smoke, they need to wait a little bit. But that's fine. Nitro's actually going to be multitasking here. Boosts a man while trying to find the kill. I love the reposition onto the little piece of the light. It's just a better version of the boost, in my opinion.
It's a great place to fall off to. You can also just, jump back up if you'd like. Taco gets a very important kill, winning his duel. Likes to play the small sites, pushing B all alone. Leaves with 8 HP and a frag and a lot of information, knowing no one's sunroom, no one's B main. Whole thing's clear, 50 seconds up. And Luminosity's play is becoming a little bit more transparent. But they have taken a kill like this and gone into a checker, which I think is really good for them, because now they can do that and Liquid have to be afraid that they're going to try to call it a bluff.
Falls down, gets covered, traded back and forth, but that's definitely to the favor of Liquid here because the last remaining Luminosity players are going to be coming in from main. They do not have the bomb, and Nitro doesn't have vision, but it doesn't matter. He still just rails him, pins him to the back of A main, and does establish a 4-point lead here for Liquid.
Yeah, classy couple of off frags there, and I like how quick Twist was to just simply fall off the boost, go to a new position after looking for a little bit of damage, and damn, that was a pretty nice second shot for sure. So Liquid now 12-8 in the power position, and Luminosity have to save Glocks. They have at least one flash. We can always talk and think about what they might do with it. See if they can get some mileage out of this $200 piece of utility, this piece of hardware.
Minimal, at least. But I always like to see the one flash, because I feel like you can be creative with it. Not going to be too creative this time. Straight up A main pop. Flashbang's meant to make the difference. Go, Lucas, go. Support with that utility.
Ooh.
Does nothing. M4's up. Off as well. Easy cleanup here for the side of Liquid. That's a 13-8 lead.
Did that do nothing, or was that quad guy completely blind?
Quad may have been, but the problem was the man on red box.
That's true. Both still, I thought it was pretty good, actually. I would normally throw like the flash in front of default, but I guess that covers a lot of default as well as the quad man. Something to think about, but Liquid won't care too much. They have 5. They had 5 up. Now, into this round, one of the last opportunities to pull this game back. Luminosity here on the back foot. And there's a little bit of mid presence from both sides. Slightly more from the offense. And Liquid have sort of moved in towards a stack. I don't know if they're trying to perform some sort of boost or separate their team in some way. Trying to catch somebody falling out of vents. They've cleared that out a little bit. They've even shucked a rotation off from truck over to mid. So I think this is going off a read, but it looks like it's accurate.
He's removed after 1. Highway could be open for the push because it is very much Liquid still emphasizing the B control. They will move one of their players off, but Luminosity just not moving. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of these just dead times with LG's T side sometimes. You know, where's the explosive Luminosity? That's the one I like to watch.
Those days are gone.
But it's just, you know, it's stagnant.
They won a major and left.
Flashbangs indicate the presence. We've got that fast rotate from Liquid. Still a couple of smokes here for LG. Will they use them before executing? Doesn't seem so. Gonna hang on to them for the after plant. That's at least the plan. The Heaven player still up. Nitro within the site. Taco falls down and he just murders them.
Come on.
A mowdown, a slaughterhouse at a 14th round for Liquid.
Yeah, let's please just watch that back one more time. How many, did he get any kills right, like, before he actually put his feet on the ground? 1. Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Why not? That's sick. I don't know how to explain it, but it completely woke me up. So I'm grateful. 14-8. Luminosity, have they shown us everything they can do? Can they do a bit more? Or are they doo-doo?
That's one way to put it. Doo-doo done. 2 kills, not the third. Steal with a flying CZ. Makes a little bit of space, enough for the bomb plant, but it's so quickly wrapped around here through main that it is, of course, now done for. Liquid on the retake, softening up Nekiz before he has a chance to even defend himself. That doesn't seem fair.
I like how they went in for the retake as soon as the bomb went down, there were so many CTs up. Those are the rotations we didn't see from Luminosity in the first half that I feel like have helped Liquid just look a lot more dominant in the rounds that they win. Seems like all the action is like waited a long time to start. For some reason, Scrawny's showing me his one chest hair. But they have taken a long time to start, but then as soon as the action is there, there's been 2 different styles, and Luminosity's has still been a lot more passive when there is action to take place. Like, even in the retakes, they're waiting until like the last few seconds to even go for a retake, whereas Liquid, I think, are a little bit faster when it comes to that, at least. Taco, once again, winning his duel at B. He has been very good at that.
Yeah, constantly just shutting down that. Being aggressive with it, too. I feel like Luminosity are kind of allowing Liquid to play whatever game they want. Just not able to stop it right now. Not able to stop it at all. Smoked off on the execute, waiting on the other side. The entirety of this team, they have 0 other map control. They're just going to try to puncture their way into the A site. And Twists is quick. So he drops Nekiz immediately, knows the angles, he's putting down the damage, keeping Yell isolated. This is like when you're a kid and the floor is lava, but in this case it actually is engulfed in flames.
But you found the best spot. You're up on 3 boxes.
Yeah.
No one can touch you.
If anybody tries, you just kick him in the head.
Yeah, just go for it. Straight your beat up your friends.
King of the hill.
Last man survives.
Luminosity again, just not moving. Not going anywhere, not doing anything but just burning time. They're finally going to decide to go in off this, maybe hoping that during that lull, Team Liquid would have moved players elsewhere, but it is, of course, not the case. They are still sitting heavy in the back of the A site. Henny trying to find an angle, being given a chance, but Liquid have no reason to move. There's no Molotovs to actually force them into the open. Once the smoke goes down, Twist, he's so good at these smoke kills when it comes to just lining up angles and denying players anything at all. So you have it right there, folks. Liquid just turning things around on the CT side. They give up the pistol and the conversion points off the back of it, but following that, it is 6 straight rounds in a very convincing sweep.
Convincing sweep. It's been like a standard game in Pro League this season where the first half is a little bit more tenuous, and then in the second half, the stronger team, in this case, walks away with it, and they looked very strong indeed. So Luminosity here in their CT side at least got some stuff done, but Liquid were just a lot stronger.
Yeah, as I think we'd expected them, right? Again, we are currently facing off between what is one of the best NA teams in the world versus a team currently sitting at the bottom of Pro League. So their job not made easy with their opening few matchups, although they will still have one map left, and it's the final of the night, so don't go anywhere, folks. We'll see you in just a bit.